The other day I was driving and I saw a sign for a place that was called Yoga Body. And it really sort of, I don't want to say set me off, but it did trigger something in me because I I am frustrated with the fitness industry sort of giving false impressions and false promises. So the place being called Yoga Body, it reminded me there's no such thing as a yoga body. There's no such thing as a swimmer's body, a sprinter's body, a runner's body, etc., etc. Now, you might find at the very high levels of sports, certain body proportions are favorable to the sport. So you'll get swimmers that kind of look the same. You'll get basketball players that are kind of the same height with the same wingspan. You'll get runners that tend to look the same, the sprinters, because their body just happens to fit the advantage position in certain sports. But they did not get that body because they played that sport. It was almost like because they had that body, they excelled at that sport. They probably played other sports, they probably were even good at other sports, but they excelled at that one particular sport because their body structure just was favorable to that sport. Now, going back to yoga bodies, there's this impression with their certain look, long, lean idea with yoga, and it's a false image, because just because a bunch of people who look like that prefer to do yoga doesn't mean they look like that because they do yoga. Same idea. Anybody could do yoga. Let me start with that. Anybody could do anything that they want. Will they be the top world class at it? Maybe, maybe not, because that is where that limitation happens. But again, it's a chicken and an egg thing, whereas we know what happens first. You have a body, and that sport selects for your body. Now, again, that does not mean that you can't get more flexible, get more lean, get faster, swim better. It doesn't mean that you can't excel at any of these things. But there's no such thing, in particular in this case, as a yoga body. You don't get long limbs, thin limbs because you do yoga. Again, those body types tend to prefer yoga. Yoga will help you to lengthen, to learn to breathe, get connected with your breathing. It will help you in a lot of ways, get more parasympathetic. There's a lot of benefits to it, and I would encourage people to use that as part of their grand plan. But it doesn't get you the body that you're looking for, because those people do that. And I want you to apply this just like you were to choose a coach or a certain plan, whatever. You want to fit it to you and not think that you'll look like that because of that plan or that person. You have to put in that work, and then you can mold and sculpt your body to what you want it to look like. There's different variables, there's different levers that we'll look at, but there's no such thing as a yoga body or any of the other bodies. And don't let anybody convince you that you can't do it because of your body, or that your body will look a certain way because you do that. It does not work that way. And just because people who do yoga look a certain way doesn't mean anything at all. Everybody can benefit from all the functions of fitness: flexibility, strength, endurance, cardiovascular, etc., etc., and not just the way they look because they do stretching.